Hi everyone, today I have brought a new chapter of Vistas Should Wizard Hit Mommy by John Updike. So, from the heading, you can make out it is a question which you will have to answer it, okay? So, even this the answer of the question is going to be uh, seen in the story. Okay, so who is wizard? A man with supernatural powers. Hit mommy. Mommy means mom. Okay, so this story eh, deals with the serious theme. First one is good parenting and the tendency of adult to stop the curious and questioning mind of a child. Okay, means when it means it is a tendency of children to keep on asking the questions. They are very curious to know the question answer of each question, so they keep on questioning their parents. But some parents, they do not allow them to ask the questions. They simply ask them to stop all that nonsense questions. So it talks about this thing also, and it also says that one should one should not try to change one's identity. Okay, so we should stay with our originality. Whoever and whatever we are, it is worth for us. Originality is worth. Okay, so in this story there is a small girl. Her name is Jo. She is being told story by her father. Every night her father recites a story to Jo in order to make her sleep, because she is little troublesome. So father has got the duty to make the child sleep. So before that he has to recite a story, but he could not make out any new story. So new story every time, taking out new ideas is difficult for the father is Jack. His name is Jack. Therefore what he does is, every day whichever story he recites, it is little different from the previous story. Okay, though the stories change, but the main character of the story gets changed. So every time father recites the story of Roger. The character of the name of the story is Roger. It could be Roger fish, Roger squirrel, Roger chipmunk, Roger anything, skunk. Okay, so little with little variations he recites the story in order to make the child sleep. Okay, so we will now there are four main characters. First is father Jack. He is very loving and he is a concerned father, and also loving husband of his wife, because he wants to help out his wife in any way. And then another character is Jo is Johnny, that girl. She is only 4 years old. She is very intelligent, impatient, and very inquisitive daughter, means very curious daughter. Then another is Roger Skunk. Roger Skunk is the character of the story which Jack is going to recite to her daughter in this chapter. Okay, Roger Skunk is a small animal. It has got stinky smell. Okay, it stinks. Okay, skunk you might have seen in Discovery and Animal Planet. Skunk is a small animal which stinks. It doesn't have pleasant smell. Okay, so next is Mommy, that is Roger's mother, means Roger Skunk's mother. So Roger Skunk's here, Mommy means Roger Skunk's mother, not Joe's mother. Please listen it. Huh? So she has important role in the story, which you will come to know when we will read the chapter. So that is about the main characters. Now let us begin the reading. So here is a story about the world wild of a little child and the difficult moral question she raises during the story session with her father. In the evening and for Saturday naps like today's, Jack told his daughter Joe a story out of his head. Out of his head means with his he created his own story. Okay, this custom began when she was 2 and was itself now nearly 2 years old. and this had felt empty. It means when she was only 2 years, Joe, since then her father is reciting her stories. Now she is of 4. It means she has spent totally 4 years in spending the telling the stories. Now his head has become empty. He has no more new ideas. Each new story was a slight variation of the basic tale. A small creature, usually named Roger, Roger fish, Roger squirrel, Roger chipmunk. Fish, sorry, had some problem and went with it to the wise old owl. So in every story, the main character is Roger. It could be Roger fish, Roger squirrel, Roger chipmunk. In every story, this Roger had problem, and in order to solve the problem, he used to go to wise old owl. The owl told him to go to the wizard, and the wizard performed a magic spell that solved the problem, demanding in payment a number of pennies greater than the number that Roger creature had. So in every story, Roger goes to wise owl, and wise owl sends Roger to wizard in order to solve the problem, and wizard spells some magic, okay, in order to solve the problem, but in return he demands for the money that is more than Roger creature had. Okay, so it means Roger is not financially good. So every time Roger faces problem in order to pay payment to wizard, but in the same breath directing the animal to a place where the extra pennies could be found. So every time it is the wizard who solves the problem of money also. So wizard tells every Roger to go to that specific place where he could find extra pennies. Then Roger was so happy. He played many games with other creatures and went home to his mother just in time to hear the train whistle that brought his daddy home from Boston. So every time after the problem is being solved, Roger comes back. He starts playing with his friends. Earlier, nobody used to play with him, but when the problem is solved, all creatures play with him. And after playing, he used to come back home when he hear the whistle of the train that bring his daddy home from Boston. It means father of Roger works in Boston. Jack described their sorry, excuse me. Okay. Jack described their supper and the story was over. So every time Jack is there with his family, they have their supper, and in this way, the story is over every time. Working this way through this scheme was especially fatiguing on Saturday. Fatiguing means tiring. It was very tiring for Jack to recite the stories every day on Saturday because Joe never fell asleep in naps anymore, and knowing this made the right seem futile. So now it is very difficult for Jack to make Joe sleep. She cannot sleep anymore with those stories. Okay, therefore he thinks that right means act. That act of telling story seemed to be useless. Okay, the little girl, not so little anymore. The bumps her feet made under the covers were halfway down the bed. Okay, so she is no more a little girl now. So she bumps means a slight blow. Okay, she start blowing her feet under the covers. Okay, which were halfway down from the bed, which are hanging from the bed. When she doesn't like or when she has some doubt, she start beating her legs on the bed. Okay, their big double bed that they let her in be in for naps means a short power sleep, and when she was sick. Okay, so that bed is given for nap, and when she is sick she sleeps in that double bed. had at last arranged herself, and from the way her fat face, deep into the pillow, shone in the sunlight, sifting through the drawn shades, it did not seem fantastic that some magic would occur and she would take her nap like an infant or two. So it is very difficult for father to make her sleep. She is no more infant, okay? She cannot sleep now. So she digs her face deep into the pillow, okay, and therefore father, in order not to be disturbed father, he shifts the curtains, so that he shifts the shades, means curtains of the room, so that sunlight may not disturb her, okay. So but it was not a fantastic idea, because it was very difficult for him to make that girl sleep. She's no more child. Her brother Bobby was too, and already asleep with his bottle. Jack asked, "Who shall the story be about today?" Now, that day she is going to narrate another story. He asks his daughter, "What shall be the story about?" Roger. Joe squeezed her eyes shut and smiled, to be thinking. She was thinking. Her eyes opened. Her mother's blue skunk, she said firmly. So she has blue eyes like her mother. So she closed her eyes and she started thinking, "Father, why don't you narrate the story of Roger Skunk today?" Okay, so she wants to hear the story of Roger Skunk. A new animal. They must talk about skunks at nursery school. Having a fresh hero momentarily stirred Jack to creative enthusiasm. So, this time to have a real hero, another fresh hero, made Jack very enthusiastic. So, he also felt very interested to say the story about Roger Skunk. The girl might have heard the skunk's name at her school, nursery school. "All right," he said. "Once upon a time, in the deep dark woods, there was a tiny little creature by the name of Roger Skunk, and he smelled very bad." So, this is the beginning of the story. Roger Skunk used to stink, okay? It stinks, okay? "Yes," Joe said. "He smelled so bad that none of the other little woodland creatures would play with him." Joe looked at him solemnly. She hadn't foreseen this. Whenever he would go out to play, Jack continued with zest. Zest means zeal, remembering certain humiliation of his childhood. So, the boy Jack, he was, when he began the story, he was looking very serious. Okay, so sorry, Joe looked at his father very seriously. Solemnly means seriously, okay. So she was waiting what is going to be the next. So when he is telling the story, Jack is lost. He's remembering certain humiliations, certain insults which he had faced in his childhood. So so he is relating the story with his own experience, with his own life. All the other tiny animals would cry. So he said that Roger Skunk was a small animal. It smelled very bad. Nobody liked to play with him. Okay, so where is that? So all other animals would cry, "Oh, oh, here comes Roger Stinky Skunk." So animals used to call him Roger Stinky Skunk, and they would run away. And Roger Skunk would stand there all alone, and two little round tears would fall from his eyes. Would fall from his eyes. It means nobody accompanied Roger Skunk because he used to stink. It was an ugly creature, so he had no friends. Whenever he used to go to woods to play with the other animals, they left him all alone. The corners of Joe's mouth dropped down. It means he was this. You can understand the expression, facial expression of sadness, and her lower lip bent forward as he traced with the forefinger along the side of her nose to course of one of the Roger Skunk's tears. So the child is Joe. Child can feel very, she's feeling very sad when she heard about Roger Skunk. Her eyes is clear, wiping the tears as if she herself is crying. Okay, won't he see the owl? She asked in a high and faintly roughened voice. Now she is feeling pity on Skunk. So Joe asks his father, doesn't Skunk go to the owl, Papa? Is his problem not solved? Because every time same story is told, na? So she knows what is going to happen, but she doesn't know the problem, what he's going to face. Sitting on the bed beside her, Jack felt the covers tug as her legs switched tensely. So she's curious to know what father is going to say next. He was pleased with his this moment. He was telling her something true, something she must know, and had no wish to hurry on. So this time Jack is happy, okay, because he know that this time he is going to give a moral story. This is going to be very helpful for his child, and it is going to be a real story, so he does not wish to hurry up. Okay, but downstairs a chair scraped, and he realized he must get down to help clear paint the living room woodwork. So he could hear the scraping of chairs downstairs because his wife is painting the chairs in the living room. So see, the traditional work of man and lady has been distributed, has been exchanged here. Father is taking care of the child or children, you can say, whereas mother is doing manly work like painting and setting the furniture. Well, he walked along very sadly and came to a very big tree, and in the tip top of the tree was an enormous wise old owl. So Jack continues his story. He said that Roger Skunk, he walked very sadly and went to the big tree, and on the top of the tree there lived an enormous wise old owl. Good. Now see, Joe is satisfied, at least he has gone to owl, his problem is going to be solved. Mr. Owl, Roger Skunk said, all the other little animals run away from me because I smell so bad. So you do. The owl said, very, very bad. What can I do? Roger Skunk said, and he cried very hard. So he told his problem that animals run away from him because he stinks very bad. And owl agreed because he really stinks bad. Okay, he said, yes, you are very stinky. The wizard, Joe shouted and sat right up, and a little golden book spilled from the bed. So the child knows what is going to happen next. So she started shouting. She said, Papa, now he should go to the wizard, okay? So when she was shouting, the little golden book fell from the bed. Now, Joe, Daddy is telling the story. Do you want to tell Daddy the story? No, you, me. Now, father got irritated. He said, Joe, I am telling the story. Then let me speak. Don't interrupt in between. Or do you want to tell me the story? So Joe said, no, Papa, you only tell the story. Then lie down and be sleepy. Her head relapsed onto the pillow, and she said, out of her head, sorry. Well, the owl thought and thought. At last he said, why don't you go to see the wizard? Daddy, what? Now again the girl has interrupted. Again, new question. Daddy, Papa asked, what? Are magic spells real? So she is curious to know, are they real? Every small child wants to know that are magic spells real or untrue. This was a new phase, just this last moment, a reality phase. When he told her spiders eat bugs, she turned to her mother and asked, do they really? And when Cleo told her God was in the sky and all around them, she turned to her father and insisted with the sly yet eager smile, is he really? So she questions on everything, whatever is told to her, okay? She talks about that do spider eat bugs or is God in present in the sky. So in the same way she's asking, are magic spells real? So it becomes very difficult for father to answer all the questions. They are real in stories, Jack answered curtly, means not softly, okay, because he is irritated with her questions. She had made him miss a beat in the narrative. The owl said, "Go through the dark woods under the apple tree into the swamp over the creek." So, this is the way which is told by an owl to Roger Skunk. He said that Roger Skunk should go through the dark woods, means dark forest, and under the apple tree into a swampy area there over a creek. Now, what is creek? Creek means a little river. So, another question, Papa, what is creek? A little river. Over the creek, there will be the wizard's house, and that's the way Roger Skunk went. Roger Skunk went, and pretty soon he came to a little white house and rapped on the door. Rapped on the door means knocked on the door, tapped on the door. So finally he reached to the house of wizard. Okay, so it is over the creek, over the little river, wizard's house. Okay, it is a small little white house, and Jack rapped on the windowsill. So when Jack is narrating the story, he too rapped on the windowsill in order to make the scene little real and interesting. And under the covers, Joe tall finger clenched in an infantile thrill. Okay, clenched means squeezed. So under the cover, she squeezed her fingers. Okay, infantile means like a childish thrill. She, after all, she was a child, so in thrill, in excitement, she she clenched her fingers. And then a tiny little old man came out with a long white beard and pointed blue hat and said, what's this? What you want? Watcher means what do you want? What's it means? What is it? What do you want? You smell awful. So wizard couldn't make out the animal, but he's disappointed because the animal, Roger Skunk, he smells very awful. He can't bear the smell. The wizard voice was one of the Jack's own favorite effects. He did it by scrunching up his face and somehow winning through his eyes. Winning means complaining. Scrunching means squeezing. So to take out or to make wizard's voice, that is the best part for Jack, for Joe's father. So he gave correct accurate expression of wizard by squeezing his face and by showing complaining through his eyes. Okay, so which felt for the interval rheumy. So and rheumy means water discharge from the mouth, so he made such a face as if his face was rheumy. Okay, mouth is rheumy in the same way as wizard had. He felt being an old man suited him. So that character playing the role of wizard suited Jack very much, because he can very perfectly play that role with all the expressions and making faces. I know it, Roger Skunk said, and all the little animals run away from me. The enormous wise owl said you could help me. Now here Roger Skunk is speaking to wizard. Well, maybe, come on in, don't get too close. So he doesn't want the animal to be too close to him because he cannot bear the smell. Now inside Joe, there were all these magic things all jumbled together in a big dusty heap, because a wizard did not have any cleaning lady. So inside the wizard house, nothing has been cleaned because he has no maid. Why? Because he was a wizard and a very old man. Now again child wants to know why he doesn't have any maid. Now answer of the father is because he is wizard they don't have maids, and moreover he is very old also. Will he die? Another silly question from the child. If wizard is too old, will he die, Papa? No, wizards don't die. Well, he rummage around. Around means to turn over the things in hastily and untidily way. Okay, in order to search something. ठीक है, एक दिन एकदम उल्टा फुल्टा देना सब कुछ to in order to find something. हाँ, so he rummaged around and found an old stick called a magic wand and asked Roger Skunk that he wanted to smell like. Roger thought and said roses. So he took out his magic wand from that heap of dust, and that is going to spell some magic on Roger. So he asked Roger, what type of smell do you want, Roger? Roger said that he wants smells of roses. Yes, good, Joe said smugly. Now, when Joe heard that Roger is going to have roses smell, Joe became very happy. Smugly means she's very satisfied. Okay. Jack fixed her with a trance means days, like gaze and chanted in wizard's elderly irritable voice. So just like wizard, Jack also tried to speak and stare, and what he spoke, abracadabra, hocus poo, Roger Skunk, how do you do? Horses bosses pull on ear, Roger Skunk, you never fear. Bingo. So this magic spell is going to spell magic on Roger Skunk. So at this turning point, I stop my today's video. We will meet you in the second part. Till then, bye bye.